Hello, it's me again. Welcome to my vlog. Do you see this? I just sat here like fiddling with this for like 5 seconds because I can't make it look right. It's like usually like at work today, I wear it tucked into the shirt because I just can't get the neckerchief right. But I think that you're supposed to wear it in like a little bow. Like, sort of like it. My problem is that it looks like this, and it all just blends in together. It'd be one thing if the string was maybe like an accent color or something, but it's just the same color as the shirt, and it just kind of looks like a big mass of polka dots. Huh? Well, anyway, hello. Just got home from work a little bit ago. Okay, the shirt's annoying me. I'm just gonna take it off. And I had myself a little meal. It was a long day at work, and you know what that means. After a long, hard day at the office, you know what I love to do? Log right back in and do some more work. That's right. Got home from work. Now I'm gonna work some more. It's not that they're overworking me. It's just that on Mondays, which is my work from home day, I go to therapy in the middle of the day. So I lose 2 hours in the middle of the day, and then usually when I get home from therapy, I don't feel so great. And so I usually don't put in a full 8 hours on Mondays. So I have to make up that time sometime throughout the week. And so I think that's what today is for me. And I was thinking maybe I could explain vaguely what I do for a living, because I say that I work in accounting, but a lot of people don't know what that means, and they don't know what that actually looks like, what I'm doing. And so when I say I work in accounting, I don't mean that I'm an accountant. An accountant would be like a CPA, or someone who is, say, has a 4-year degree in accounting, which I do not have. I have a 2-year technical degree in accounting, which makes me an accounting clerk, which means that I am an office clerk. Okay? And so, like, for example, most of my job is processing bills and keeping track of money. So, for example, like what I'm about to do right now. So, we have suppliers. I work for a really big company, millions of dollars. I print millions of dollars in checks when I do the payment run, okay? On a weekly basis. We're paying out and taking in tons of cash, okay? And we work with lots and lots and lots of different suppliers who we buy, goods and services from. We also have a lot of contract laborers. We're buying labor from them. And then this was where I'm going to keep it vague. I won't say what my job does, but we have specialty goods that we buy from them too. I guess I can be vague enough and say that I work in healthcare. So it's a lot of healthcare costs, hospitals, medicines, that sort of thing. So what I'm about to do is called a status spreadsheet. So a supplier will send us a giant Excel spreadsheet with like 100 lines on it, and they'll say, give us the status of these invoices. And they'll give us like an invoice number, a patient name, data service, that sort of thing. And so my job, what I'm going to do right now, is I'm going to go through each of the lines on this spreadsheet and write a status where we're at. Like, this claim is under review. That means that we've put it in the system, but we haven't paid it yet. Or this claim was paid on this date, on this check number, and we paid this amount, right? Because we don't always pay the full amount that they bill us. Or, hey, this claim was denied because we shouldn't be paying for this, or you sent the bill in too late, this is outside of the acceptable range, blah, blah, blah. So, and I know that all sounds terribly exciting, but what it really is I'm just filling out a spreadsheet. I'm like, looking at, I go into the other program, I see where is it, and then I just type it. And it's very zen. After working retail for 8 years, I'm fine filling out a spreadsheet. It is simple. It is not personal. Just filling it out. So some of the other things that I do is I process invoices. So I receive invoices. I am assigned a certain part of the alphabet, and all of the suppliers that come into that part of the alphabet, I'm responsible for processing all the invoices. So when I get the piece of paper, I type all the information into our system, and then I have to send the piece of paper somewhere in the company. There are like 100 different departments, and I have to send it to a different department depending on what good or service it is to have it approved and to have them tell us how to pay it, basically. And then I get the invoice back, I put the payment information in, and it's approved. Again, not terribly exciting, but it's just not personal. It's either right or it's not. You know? Uh, One thing that I did, the first thing I did at work today is I went to something called the credit committee. Now, I am responsible for, along with my regular alphabet responsibilities, I'm also responsible for the international invoices. So we do business with like 50 countries. I mean, name a country, we do business with them, including countries that are like on that we have like what do I call it, like restricted countries where the government's like, you're not allowed to make payments to them, blah blah blah. It's like super embargo or rules or whatever. And so yeah, name a country, we do business with them, and I'm responsible for half of all of the international invoices. So as you can imagine, when you're dealing with different countries, there's miscommunications. We're over huge distances. There, you know, we ordered this product or this test to be performed, and well, and it was canceled, but we didn't get the information in time, so we still performed the test, and now we need you to pay us for that, and blah blah blah. So there's a lot of disputes that happen, friendly disputes, business disputes. And so the first thing I did this morning is I went to the credit committee, which is a meeting that I go to every week where we discuss various problems with our suppliers and with the payments that we're making. And I know this also, I'm describing it now, and I'm like, you giant nerd, this does not sound interesting at all, but it's really interesting to me. And yeah, so I did that today. What else did I do today? I talked today to one of my coworkers about my annual review coming up. My boss, who I really like, is out on an assignment right now, has been gone for several months, and won't be back until a couple months from now. And so and we have to have our annual reviews to get our bonuses, and I'm probably gonna get a raise, which would be great, because apparently that's a thing that happens when you don't work retail, is you get raises and bonuses. Can you imagine? Can you even imagine? This is the first year I'm going to experience any of this. It's the first time I ever had a review. And I talked with my coworker today about, like, what's a review like? What is this about? Because since my boss is gone, I have to get reviewed by my boss's boss. And who's a very nice woman, and I'm not afraid of her. But at the same time, I'm just thinking, like, what is this going to be like? And I guess that, it's really simple. I get a review, I guess, is not a time where they're going to spring any new information on you. Like, hey, I heard you did this. Hey, explain yourself for this. No, it's not going to be like that. It's just going to be like, oh, what were your goals this year? Did you meet your goals? What are your goals for next year? Do you think you will meet them? How do you feel about your job? What was a challenge you faced this year? And I got all my responses down. Got all of them down. So did that. And then another thing that I have to do at my job is expense reports. So part of what we do is we send people all over the world. And while they are out on their business trips, we pay for the things that they do. So you got a hotel, you got a taxi, you got meals, whatever. You have to fill out a report. And then I take the report and I go through and I check all your receipts to make sure that you're not lying about how much money you spent. Or if you, like, say you were out at dinner or something, we're not going to pay for your wine. We'll pay for the lemonade. We'll pay for your Fresca, but we're not going to pay for a beer. There's no alcohol, that sort of thing. It's like I have to make sure that the expenses are reasonable, that they have business purposes. And then once again, it's just like, okay, I've verified all this information with the receipts, and now I'm going to type it into the computer and then pay you. And tomorrow I have to do the payment run, which is so basically it's exactly what it sounds like. I have to everything has I work with so many people, no one person can enter something in the system, approve it, and then print a check. You need obvious for obvious reasons, right? You need like 4 or 5 other people to complete the process. So I do like different parts of this process, but it's not just all me. So tomorrow I get to print checks where it's gone through the approvers, it's gone through the managers, it's all gone all the way through the system, and now I'm just going to print the check. So what I do is I literally, I do the process on the computer again, more typey, and then I hit the print button, and I just stand there and hold an ever increasing higher pile of checks, and then we mail them. Very exciting, I know. And yeah, and I work in like a really cute building downtown. We've got a cafeteria. I go for walks. I just take during my breaks I take the elevator up to one of the top floors, and then I just make a loop around that floor, walk down the stairs, make another loop, walk down the stairs, make another loop, walk down the stairs. At least during the winter months. Because I used to walk around the neighborhood, but now, oh my god, it's so cold in Minnesota. Minnesota, you big frozen bitch. So yeah, so that's my story. That's what I'm about to do. I'm going to do my spreadsheet, and that's what I do for a living, is I just type numbers and keep track of data and solve problems with payments and make payments. It's not exciting, but it pays pretty well. Bye! And actually, let me just amend my past statement. So, by pays pretty well, I mean it pays double what I made in retail, but as a single woman living alone in the city, I actually still qualify for public housing. Okay, have a great night, everybody. Bye!